Where is Black Ops 1? I thought that game was supposed to be backwards compatible by now. Didn't you guys think that too? Hey, what is up, guys? This is Bo, or Carl Hungus 712. And like I said, I'm back on Black Ops 2 again, my favorite Call of Duty. I'll always play this game. I'll always go back to this game, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I decided to bring you guys another pistol gameplay. I think you guys liked the last one, so hopefully you'll like this one. But anyways, you know, I think it's been a few months now, or no, wasn't it around Christmas time? I think it was around Christmas time, or excuse me, guys, around the holiday season. Black Ops 1 was supposed to be backwards compatible. And guys, I haven't been drinking tonight, but for some reason I can't talk straight. But anyways, I thought they said originally around, if I remember correctly, it was around the holiday season, Black Ops 1 was supposed to be backwards compatible on the Xbox One. Now, of course, you know, we've waited and waited and waited. Of course, in November, beginning of November, we got Black Ops 3. Advanced Warfare is still releasing shit, some not DLC stuff necessarily, but some supply drop crap. Of course, we've got Black Ops 3, we've got the DLC 2 coming out pretty soon, and still no Black Ops 1. Now, of course, what I wanted to talk to you guys today about is why I think we may not even get Black Ops 1. Now, we may. But this, of course, is just speculation. This is just coming from me, a guy with almost 200 subscribers. So, is what I'm about to tell you true, or could it be true? Well, it's possible. It could be true. But one thing I'm going to say is that I don't know if we're going to get any of these older Call of Duties backwards compatible anytime soon. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because I think just getting right to it right now, getting it right off of my tongue. I think that if Treyarch, or I shouldn't even say Treyarch, it's an Activision thing. You know, if Activision allows these games to be backwards compatible, I think a lot of the new Call of Duties are going to be basically unplayable. I just don't think anybody's going to play them. Just getting right to the point, right to the meat of the conversation. I think if these games become backwards compatible, I think it's going to hurt some of the newer Call of Duties, and I think that's right now the reason why we haven't seen anything backwards compatible at the moment. Now, I will say that I do enjoy Black Ops 3. It's so far improved from Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare, as you guys know, if you've watched my channel. If you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. Go and watch some of my older videos. You'll see what I'm talking about. But for me, Advanced Warfare was terrible. It just to me, it wasn't Call of Duty. It was more of a sci-fi shooter, and a lot of people say it's Halo. No, it's not. Call of Duty's nothing like Halo, so we can stop comparing Call of Duty to Halo. But it's a sci-fi shooter, or that's basically what it's turned into the last 2 years. It's been pretty much a spacey, sci-fi, futuristic, just a lot of gimmicky stuff. Now, with me, like I said, I got into Call of Duty a little later on. Basically, I first started getting into Call of Duty when Black Ops 2 was at the very end of its life cycle. Like, Black Ops 2 had another month or two, and then Call of Duty Ghosts was on its way. And, I'm used to the old Call of Duty, so I'm used to the boots on the ground, the more strategic movement around the map, things like that. To me, that's more exciting. It's more enjoyable. It's not a big chaotic mess, and that's, of course, what I've struggled with the new Call of Duties. Now, my stats are actually phenomenal in the new Call of Duties. I think Black Ops 3 actually might be my highest. Actually, I think Ghost was my highest KD and stats and stuff. But, it's not that I'm not great at the games. It's just that, I think they're a little too far-fetched. They're a little too ridiculous. And I think that's one of the problems we've had the last couple of Call of Duties. I think people get tired of the futuristic stuff. It's not very realistic. It doesn't feel like military combat. And I think that's why a lot of people have been saying, we'd like to see one of the old Call of Duties come back. Now, if you remember right, when Advanced Warfare was about halfway through its life cycle, we started having the debates on, should MW2 be backwards compatible? Should we remaster MW2? Should Infinity Ward's next game be a remastered Call of Duty? Now, I don't have a problem with that. I think sometimes when you get into the remastered things. I just don't want a remastered version of the game that I already have for $60. You know, I think that's kind of shitty. But you know, if you wanted to update the graphics and stuff, maybe sell it for $30. You know, throw in the DLC, do something like that for us. The longtime Call of Duty fans that have been very loyal to Activision, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer. You know, but like I said, getting back to the backwards compatibility issues, because you know, all of us I know were frustrated. We've been waiting for Black Ops 1 to be backwards compatible for quite some time. Me especially, I love Black Ops 1. That was actually the first Call of, I take that back. That was actually the first Call of Duty I played, but it was still during the Black Ops 2 era, when Black Ops 2 only had a couple of months left. Actually, Black Ops 1 was the first Call of Duty I played, and I fell in love with the game. I just loved it. It was a blast. I was terrible at it. You know, getting 8 kills in a TDM game was, you know, phenomenal for me. But you know, it was just a fun game. It felt like you were a soldier out on the field. I mean, there were some things that were kind of unrealistic. You know, well, I guess in Black Ops 1 there wasn't a lot of quick scoping, which was kind of nice. You know, I kind of get tired of somebody running around with a 75-pound 50 cal weapon and pulling it up like it's a pistol and instantly dropping me. You know, that's a little unrealistic. But for the most part, I mean, I just loved those games. The feel of the game, you know, it felt like you were in war. You know, it was gritty, it was grimy. You know, you had these just grimy maps. You had real weapons. That's what I think was what's been missing a lot with the newer Call of Duties too. So this is a little bit of a rant to go along with why I don't think we're going to get any backwards compatible games in the near future. But you know, people miss that. They like that nostalgic feel. You know, this is what I grew up playing, and I think that's why you also see a lot of times why, like the Nintendo, the NES, the Super NES, some of those old games, some of the old Nintendo 64 games, like GoldenEye. You know, if you want to go out and buy GoldenEye now, I think used GoldenEye's like $30. You know, and it's kind of crazy to think that you get a new game for $60, or you can get this game that's, you know, 20 years old, or not 20 years old, but probably pretty close to it, maybe 15 years old, for, you know, almost the same cost, you know, 30 or 40 bucks. And I think that's one of the reasons why, like I said, I don't think Activision anytime soon is going to be releasing it. God, I hope I'm wrong. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say about that. But I really think that with Call of Duty, you know, not being as hyped as it is. I mean, it still outsells everything every single year, and I think it will, and I think it will for quite some time still. But I think with I know with Call of Duty Ghost, basically once the second DLC came out, that's why the supply drops were implemented. People just weren't buying the game. They were kind of frustrated with Ghost. I enjoyed Ghost, but a lot of people were frustrated with it. So Sledgehammer says, hey, let's do this. Let's change the whole fucking game up. Let's make it futuristic. Let's add these jetpacks in. And I think people really enjoyed the game for about the first month. Then it became too chaotic. It became too ridiculous. They got sick of it. They moved on. Basically, about halfway through Advanced Warfare, let's make an MW2 remake. Okay, you know, well, it's, you know, everybody was saying that, you know, it would be nice to see. But again, I think that's the problem, and I think that's why we're not going to see anything in the near future. I think Activision's too worried that if we release these games, especially the leak we heard, I'm pretty sure it's completely false, we'll see, but that COD 4 and MW2 might be a pre-order bonus with the next Call of Duty, COD 2016. Well, if it's a pre-order bonus, nobody's going to play COD 2016. They're going to go back and play COD 4 and MW2, and I think that is right there why we won't see any of the old Call of Duties remastered anytime soon or backwards compatible. But I'd like to hear what you guys have to say if you think I'm right on that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you stick around, sub to me. Like I said, I'm always releasing videos. If you guys like the content, I've got a lot of other content coming too. But anyways, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I'll see you next video, and bow out.